Hi, I'm Troy Ruths, CEO of Ruths AI. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to introduce you to Dr. Mark Zoback, our technical advisor with a focus on geomechanics. We're really excited to bring together geomechanics and machine learning to help better understand our development strategies for unconventional resources.
I think the progress to be made in exploiting stacked pay is going to critically depend on how well we understand the relationship between the formation in which the well is drilled and the formations above and below. And there are some ideas we have about new geomechanical principles that affect this. The idea of the brittleness of the landing zone being a single metric, I think is, it can be important in some areas. You don't want to drill in a very soft ductile clay. It's difficult to drill, and it's very difficult to hydraulically fracture. The concept of brittleness in the limit has applicability, but it's the subtleties that are important. And because it's these rocks, these subtle changes in what might be called brittleness or 1/over brittleness, the ductility, affect the stresses as well. And that affects the stresses from layer to layer, affect how the hydraulic fracture grows. And that's really important. And it's especially important with stacked pay, but also as you're pumping, vertical growth and horizontal growth play off against each other, right? Mm-hmm. The fluid has to go somewhere. Right. And so suddenly that vertical layering is affecting well spacing, right? And well spacing is a fundamental question that is sort of arrived at the hard way. You suddenly realize that the wells are too close, and you have two wells trying to produce the same hydrocarbons, or your wells are too far apart and you're leaving a section of the formation unexploited. Okay. So somehow we have to come at this from these fundamental principles as well as trial and error. With respect to complexity and how the fluids are flowing through the reservoir, this is really important. If you just do a simple history match, how the production is declining with time, you can extrapolate that and come up with, well, this well is expected to produce so much hydrocarbon over a certain period of time. But that process, while important, doesn't answer the question of how and why. And by knowing how and why, it's telling you how you need to change the completion parameters to optimize, right? Mm-hmm. Do the fracture have to be closer together? Is the viscosity of the fluid wrong? Is the pump rate too high? Is it too low? Mm-hmm. Are you distributing enough proppant? Is the vertical hydraulic fracture growth penalizing the horizontal fracture growth, et cetera, et cetera? And so all of this combines, knowledge of the earth with knowledge of what completion practices are available to you, what you can change, and how you find that sweet spot, that place you want to be, where you're doing the best you can under the geologic circumstances you have to confront.